Hello, my name is Barbara Elvira Hokkanen, and I'm going to grind up some weed so I can roll a joint and smoke it. I have been a pot smoker for over 30 years, and I am a complete pot advocate, and I happen to come from Canada, where it is going to be legal to smoke pot all across Canada. And that is a very, very good thing. We do not know what plants are. All we know is that we were given all these plants on this ship to help us make it through this time that we have on this ship. It is a journey through time. And we have everything on this ship. We're allowed to eat anything we want. We're allowed to smoke anything we want. We're allowed to sniff anything we want. And we're allowed to ingest anything we want. That's according to God. And that is where I get my rules from God. I don't think cops have any special power over anybody else. They happen to have a gun, they can arrest you, but they have no real power other than what God gives them. And their job, if it's giving you a ticket or arresting you for something, is just entrapment. It's a money grabbing thing. It is bureaucracy. It's make work. It's a make work situation. It doesn't have a lot to do with actual what real justice is. There should be where the punishment fits the crime. We're on this ship until our time is up and we hit death, and then we go wherever we're meant to go. But to punch someone's clock and make it death is not warranted to have 25 years in a slammer on torturing and everything that happens in prison that is torture, the sexual abuse, the physical abuse, the mental abuse. To be without a tree, God gave us trees to bolster us. As a matter of fact, I put a tree limb on my head with the leaves and branches on it, and I have to help a headache. This was a couple weeks ago. I have not had a headache since. So I have not had a headache at all since I put the branches right on my head. I laid them there for about 20 seconds. I placed them on my hand, and it made my brain feel really soft. And that is what God has given us, is the trees for headaches. And I strongly suggest you try it if you have a headache. And so I'm just going back to prison. So to not be able to see a tree is a complete travesty. Not to be able to hug a tree, feel a tree, watch a tree. It's just a complete travesty. And without greenery, be able to see greenery, it's just, that is torture to the human spirit. And to be put in a cage, it is completely diabolical to put anybody in a cage. It is diabolical and completely against what God would want. I believe in capital punishment. Let the punishment fit the crime. If somebody kills somebody and they are an evil person, you can tell who's an evil person. we should just off them. They kill somebody, off them. But if it's a crime of jealousy or whatever, I don't know. But if somebody kills somebody, they should be killed. Anyway, prisons are completely against what God wants us to be doing on this earth. Not putting people in prisons. That is not justice. And think of the people that are in prison and wrongly accused. And I say, could be white or black or Chinese or Oriental. Because there's so many people that look like other people, and if there's no DNA evidence, which in a lot of places there is no DNA evidence, then a lot of people, I'm sure, are wrongfully in prison. So that's a travesty. A travesty. Anyway, here I have some good jokes. Pot. So God gave us the plants. And there are friends, like pot has been a good friend of mine. Alcohol has not been such a good friend of mine. I call alcohol pukey dookie. Makes you puke if you drink too much of it. And it makes you combative, makes you aggressive, as what happens with most people when they drink. But pot, it just takes the edge off. And some would say maybe it's good to have an edge, but I like it. It mellows me out. It mellows me out. So it's 10:41 p.m. on the 18th of September 2018. And it was my mother's 80th birthday yesterday. So I, of course, wished her happy birthday. So let's do a random pick. Let's do a random pick. I'm just going to write this down in my book. So it's 10:42 p.m. Tuesday, September 18th, 2018. And my glasses are here. I better put my glasses on. And see, there's nothing placed in my book as any place to go to. Okay. Then Jesus just, and the even need is what it comes on. Even need. So we'll see what this is. Well, let me just, it is John 16:30. John 16:30. John 16:30. I will read the actual words, John 16:30, were even need. Even need. That's where I was in between those two. And let's just spark this baby up again. I'm having such fun. Add a joint. Ooh, it's the peacemaker. It gives you a little something fun to do in your life, something decadent where you're smoking, you're sure it's a little bit dangerous, maybe my lungs are gonna explode. But oh my God, I love this stuff. Love it, love it, love it, love pot. Pot has been my friend. Guys have come and gone, girls have come and gone, my family's come and gone, but pot remains. My best friend is God, and God gave me pot. God planted me on this earth like you too. You too were planted here. Placed where you're placed. On this ship Earth. So let me read you what this is. Now we can see that you know all things, and that you do not even need to have anyone ask you questions. This makes us believe that you came from God. Oh baby, couldn't have got anything better than that. I picked the best verse in the Bible. Next to the one that says, the most important commandment is love the Lord your God with all your heart and soul and mind. Love the Lord your God. Whatever God you serve. Like, you serve a God. Is it technology? Is that your God? Mine is what made this body, not what made a fucking plastic box. Okay, now let me just, you believe at last, Jesus answered, but a time is coming and has come when you will be scattered, each to his own home. You will leave me all alone, yet I am not alone, for my Father is with me. I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. I'm gonna pray for this. I'm gonna read this to you. Jesus prays for all believers. My prayer is not for them alone. I pray also for those who will believe in me through their message, that all of them may be one, Father, just as you are in me and I am in you. May they also be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. I have given them the glory that you gave me, that they may be one as we are one, I in them and you in me. May they be brought to complete unity, to let the world know that you sent me and have loved them even as you have loved me. Father, I want those you have given me to be with me where I am, and to see my glory, the glory you have given me because you have loved me before the creation of the world. Righteous Father, though the world does not know you, I know you, and they know that you have sent me. I have made you known to them, and will continue to make you known, in order that the love you have for me may be in them, and that I myself may be in them. Well, that was Jesus. That's what the writers had Jesus say. Okay. I'm sent by God, planted here specifically by God. And my story is much more compelling than Jesus' story. I'm still alive, and I'm not doing anything that is going to make me be murdered, or maybe murdered, oh, that could happen, but be sentenced to death for. That's for sure. I picked that in one of my last random picks. And I just wanted to say this. Let me just look at this. I don't need you. I don't need to be inside you. I don't, like Jesus wants them to be inside them because they want to be able to pull out the money. So the only way you can get Jesus in you is to go into church. And the only way you can get Jesus into you is when you put money in the collection plate. That's the way to church. That's why they wrote this way. So that you need something in you. And the only way you can get that something is by going to church. That's where you find God. Oh, I find God on Sundays. Sitting in a pew. Well, God is with me all the time, everywhere I go. Everything I do, everywhere I go, God sees what I see. Sees through me, in fact, and sees through everybody. But especially through me. And I don't need anybody to have me in their heart. I'm just telling you the way to go. And that's you, yourself, and your own mind. And the simple thing to do is just say, God, my creator, whoever you are, whatever you are, make yourself known to me. Flood me with your words, your thoughts, and please don't make them so that I want to kill myself. That's what you say to God. You say, please, God, don't be so angry with me that you want me put in my mind to kill myself. Please don't do that. But God knows, and I know that there are some people that just cannot take it anymore. The people on this earth can be so oppressive. And some people just can't take it. They're just so oppressed that they can't take it. So I totally understand suicide, like completely. And God does not look down on suicide in any way. That is a legitimate way for some people to exit. That is a legitimate, obviously one of the ways some people exit. So if you feel like the compelling need that you feel you have to do that, and there's nothing going to change your mind, then please don't feel that it's going to be any guilt on you. And you will probably get a bump up because you're obviously suffering. So God really looks kindly on those that are suffering. So if you're suffering, just communicate with God in your own mind and say, God, my creator, I am suffering. Come to me. Help me get out of this feeling. Help me get out of these thoughts in my head. So that's what you have to do, is just strip it down, put the technology away, put the computers and phones away, and TV away, and definitely just get in your own head and hear what your thoughts are, and by all means write them down. By all means and measures, write them down, or tape them, so you can listen back to what you've said and look back at what you've written and say, hey, that's what's going on. And that self-exploration and self-listening, it's self-listening. Listen to yourself, because God is in each one of us. The breath that we have, the spirit that we each have, is in each one of us. There's no devil in there. It's just God. And if God is tormenting you, then there's some reason. But ask God to leave your mind alone and just help you to stabilize. But I know some people are just fucking crazy. So I don't know. But each person has their own thoughts in their own head. I'm speaking to the people that can understand what I'm saying and can relate to what I'm saying and can intellectually understand what the fuck I'm saying. So that's who I'm speaking to. If you can't follow my line, then you would never understand me anyway. And good luck with whatever you're doing. But I speak to those that are sad and lonely and depressed and looking for answers as to why they're here. Why you're here is to live your life, whatever routine it is, and we're all in a routine. We're here to live our life and communicate with our Maker and to marinate our spirits so that we go wherever we're going to go after death. It's just a marination of spirits. It's a testing of spirits. It is a honing of spirits. It's a refining of spirits. Or it's a clogging of spirits, a muddling of spirits, polluting of spirits. It's whatever it is down here in this body. This is the cocktail shaker. The spirit is inside. The spirit is inside, and I know what my spirit is. It's love. But also I am driven to hate. My God, I'm just like led by the collar to hate. And it perturbs me, and it perturbs God. But God empathizes with me. God sees everything and knows everybody's minds and motives, not just mine. So God really stokes me with the nature and the weather and the job that I do, which is being an angel. Which is especially when I'm sleeping. But my spirit goes out when I'm awake too. Obviously, my spirit is everywhere. My spirit is with God. We are completely together. Thank you very much. That's it for now.